Heyo! Wasabi! And shooting for about 7 hours today already. I think I'm done. Bad weather's rolling in. It was nice and sunny. I was using 500 millimeter today, 60 millimeter of Fuji macro, and 35 millimeter Fuji. And it was sunny during most of the shooting today, but the clouds have rolled in. But the important thing is, obviously, it's kind of ironic to talk about manifesting things in a graveyard where things, according to some people, manifest out of nothing, nihil ex nihilo. But using a speed light, I actually had a few people last night say that some of their best photographic love is towards some people that never use artificial illumination. And that's fine. Well, Mother Nature's a bitch, and she doesn't like to cooperate. And even though it was sunny earlier today, giving definition to things, like some of these engravings, like I was taking a picture of some pentagrams on some old Freemasons' graves, to give definition of white on white in the bright sunlight, or even when it's shady, pop. Anybody that tells you that you should not be using illumination, with enough ambient light is a crack-smoking douchebag. You just need to roll your eyes and move on because they have their head up their ass. People like this don't know anything. To give definition, depth, to separate out, especially when you've got very, very low contrast. Or, even in bright sunlight, I want to take a picture of some really neat stuff in the shade. How do I give definition? Give a specular, diffuse, and shadow definition, and color saturation when there's plenty of ambient sunlight out. Well, I guess I could haul a reflector and a reflector stand everywhere, but nobody on earth is doing that unless they got a damn assistant. Wireless speed light. Go out and fail. I know speed lights scare the hell out of people, but there's the triangle that I mentioned yesterday of exposure, aperture, and ISO. Okay, well that's fine. So you conquered that. So now you have to plug that into another triangle. Exposure, isolation, and illumination. Well, isn't isolation aperture and depth of field? No, not really, because isolation is not just depth of field, but is also definition. By using light, you either have to use it or you have to manifest it yourself. You have to bring it. You have to bring the damn light, because Mother Nature's a bitch and she doesn't like to cooperate. Every photographer out there, unless there's some sort of hardcore a-hole purist, brings their own lighting, okay? Ansel Adams could sit there on top of a hill for 6 hours and take one shot, or he would actually sometimes go to the same spot day after day after day after day. Obviously, you can't bring light to a situation like that when you're photographing something, 2 miles away. Day after day after day to get the perfect lighting, and okay, he gets the great shot. Well, that's fine. The rest of us live in the real world. If you need to do that, and obviously the light can't reach out to it, that's understandable. Everything else I could reach with this, okay? If I can hit it at the 30, 40 yards, I could hit it with a speed light. And that's basically 80% of photography, if not more. Depends on what type of photographer you are, obviously. Mother Nature doesn't want to cooperate. Exposure, isolation, illumination. You got to bring the illumination. You have to know how to light it. Don't be scared of it. Go out there, illuminate stuff. Screw up, understand what you need to do. Stick your speed light in auto mode, which is basically 90% as good as TTL photography. It's what every photographer, including me, for years and years and years, was using before TTL came along. Now everybody's a TTL whore. Oh my God, I can't shoot unless I got TTL. Well, screw that crap. All the expensive studio strobes out there, including mine, don't have TTL. It's manual. Okay, you need to learn how to use the light. It's like, oh my God, overexposed it. So what? Learn from your mistake and move on. You'll make enough mistakes within a day or a weekend or a week of shooting that you'll know immediately what the hell to do, and then boom, everything will fall into place And all this crap and worry that everybody has about speed lights because they're still trying to figure out their damn camera. Well, now I gotta add something else into it that's gonna make me think about my exposure, my aperture, my ISO. Now I gotta think about illumination and the angle I need to put it and the amount of illumination, whether it needs to be diffused, the distance. It's not that hard. It really isn't. You'll be able to see with your mind's eye what is potentially there and manifest, not what you can see, but what you know can be there, because you know how the hell to light something. You'll know how to light something. It's like, well, this is a nice shot, but the light isn't good. Screw it. Screw Mother Nature. You know, screw that bitch. I brought the light. Screw the bitch. You know, you've got all these lenses, you got all these cameras. Start investing in some lighting. You know, these are not that expensive. Like this, I brought an SB28 today. I knew this is all I'd need. 50 bucks. 50 bucks and a wireless set of triggers. Oh my God. That means all those shots that you're missing or didn't have proper illumination, or you couldn't, you know, they just look like that looks like a snapshot. Yeah, because, you know, you're just exposing for it correctly. It looks like anything you could do with a damn point and shoot camera. The reason you have, presumably, a professional DSLR or mirrorless is so that you can actually make the shots that please you and impress you and hopefully impress other people, or if you're getting paid to do it, hopefully impress them, obviously, because they don't impress them and they're like, I could do just as good with a point and shoot camera. And you're like, yeah, you're right, maybe I should learn how to light shit, because Mother Nature's a bitch. And the most important thing in photography, photographia, is the lighting. He's like, oh my God, I got 20 good lenses. You know, I bought these lenses that you recommended and I love them all. They're all awesome, but my shots still look like snapshots. Yeah, well, how much lighting gear do you have? I don't know. I got a speed light, but I never use it. Use it. Get a wireless set of triggers. Learn how to manifest stuff that, like, you know, you can't see it behind me. This is a perfect example. There's a great shot behind the camera that's filming my ugly ass, but it's hanging underneath the tree. But boom, give it definition, separate everything. Everything is diffused. Well, that's what a snapshot would do. Or someone's got a point and shoot camera. Well, my point and shoot camera's got a flash on it. I got a pop-up flash on my Nikon. Yeah, got to get your damn flash off your camera. The flash sitting on top of your camera ain't no good, because it will produce shots that look exactly like every damn point and shoot, because every point and shoot has got a shitty little flash on it. It's got boop. Well, it's properly exposed. Yeah, but it looks like crap. The reason it looks like crap is because you've not defined anything. Definition between specular, diffuse, shadow. If everything is properly illuminated, what the hell have you done other than properly expose it? This is the reason why everybody wants to shoot early in the morning or late in the evening. You've got this incident light with a beautiful glow that gives definition to crap. Well, I can do the same damn thing with a gel on this speed light, an orange gel, and I was like, okay, well, this is noonday sun, which looks like crap. Well, guess what? I got a speed light. I'll stick it down here and I'll mimic that evening light, and then I'll produce some awesome. It's like, oh my God, that means you could shoot at any time of the day. It doesn't matter if the sun's beating down and it's 90 degrees and it's just bright as hell outside. You can drop the exposure down and raise your illumination for your subject. Expose for the background, raise your ambient subject with your speed light to expose for your subject. Expose for the background, drop it to whatever you need to, raise your subject. It's not that hard. Go out and fail. Make some mistakes, and when you make a mistake for a day or two or three, then you'll immediately know a whole lot better what it is you're doing wrong. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.